Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to the General Hospital spoilers for Monday, January 29, Laura Collins was relieved when Kevin Collins awoke and accurately answered Portia Robinson's questions about his cognitive abilities. Kevin agreed that Esm Prince knocked him unconscious, but he wasn't convinced when he learned that Toronto police were following up on the lead. However, Kevin remembered Esm using the invader's credit card rather than her own on the laptop, so Laura decided to phone Alexis Davis. Alexis was summoned to the hospital after checking in with Hamilton Finn at the courthouse and receiving updates on the fraud investigation. Alexis confirmed that Esm frequently used the invader's card and performed additional research to discover that Esm had booked a flight to Paris. A Toronto police officer confronted Maddie Fitzgerald, Dante Falconeri, and Harrison Chase, but Esm was not present in the residence. Maggie insisted on writing Esm with her address, but she never extended an invitation to visit and imperil her new job. Dante understood they'd been tricked and learned about the Paris vacation when he spoke with Laura on the phone. Meanwhile, Spencer Cassadine and Trina Robinson had a romantic supper and discussed their Paris plans. When Spencer brought Trina out for a surprise, Esm appeared outside the restaurant and followed them. Back at GH, Curtis Ashford was eager to try standing during his physical therapy session, but Stella Henry entered unexpectedly and decided that was not a good idea. Curtis insisted, so he tried to stand utilizing the stability of the bars, but he eventually had to sit down in his chair. Curtis felt discouraged, but Stella encouraged him and reminded him of previous accomplishments. Just because it didn't happen on the first try didn't imply it wouldn't happen again, so Curtis heeded the advice and informed Portia later. Curtis was determined to walk by the time Trina returned from Paris. Finn was concerned that if they blew up the malpractice fraud case, Mrs. Muldoon may face prison time. This would leave the Muldoon children without a parent. Tracy Quartermain was more concerned about Finn's personal legal ramifications and believed that Martin Bray, Michael E. Knight, needed to raise the potential of fraud in court. Martin introduced Diane Miller as a new witness, citing Dr. Powell as the oncologist Dennis Muldoon apparently saw. Diane definitely had no idea who it was. Mrs. Muldoon confronted Finn about not discovering the malignancy. Finn informed Mrs. Muldoon that he had advised her husband to obtain follow-up tests, but Mrs. Muldoon responded as if he would never have gambled with his health. Mrs. Muldoon stated that family was everything to her husband, who had proposed that she sue for malpractice and care for the family after he was gone. Finn decided Mrs. Muldoon looked completely unaware of Mr. Muldoon's objectives, so he informed Elizabeth Baldwin, Chase Tracy, and Martin. Since court was set to resume, Martin worried if Finn wanted to go with their new tactic, so Finn had to decide if he'd risk casting suspicion on Mrs. Muldoon and maybe sending her to jail. Tracy cornered Mrs. Muldoon in the corridor. Mrs. Muldoon was unwilling to engage in a discussion, so Tracy pretended to do all of the talking. According to General Hospital spoilers, Finn's trial will still have some twists and turns, so stay tuned. CDL is the place to go for fascinating General Hospital spoilers, updates and news, so make us your #1 GH destination. According to General Hospital teasers on Tuesday, January 30, Laura Collins will brief Curtis Ashford and Portia Robinson on Esm Prince's journey to Paris, making them all concerned about Trina Robinson and Spencer Cassadine being targeted. Meanwhile, Trina will marvel at Spencer's surprise as he prepares to take her on a romantic boat ride down the Seine River. Unfortunately, Esm has already arrived in Paris, and based on Tuesday's GH teaser video, it appears like she is armed with a syringe, duct tape, and whatever other supplies required to carry out her retribution plot. Laura will call Spencer and Trina to warn them, but the connection will be awful. Trina will assume Laura is merely checking in, so she will not receive the unsettling news about Esm's location. Spencer, on the other hand, appears to be on the approach of uncovering something, so he may meet Esme. A major showdown is coming up around midweek, so GA fans can expect plenty of drama as Spencer's departure approaches. Back in Port Charles, Martin Gray will ask Hamilton Finn how they should continue. Will they proceed as planned or adopt the new theory concerning Dennis Muldoon's malpractice fraud scheme? Finn has been anxious about Mrs. Muldoon maybe going to prison for this. It's concerning because Mrs. Muldoon is the only parent her children have left and appears to be unaware of her husband's deception plan. At the same time, Finn has to worry about his own case since he could lose if they don't present the new idea, and this could certainly harm Violet Finn. What Finn decides may not matter because Tracy Quartermain has cornered Mrs. Muldoon and is now in charge of the situation. Tracy will educate Mrs. Muldoon on a few issues and hopefully persuade her to drop the case. Mrs. Muldoon may hear enough to recognize her husband, set Finn up, and push Diane Miller to put an end to it all, if only for her own safety. Whatever the case, Diane will undoubtedly make a surprise courtroom declaration that leaves Finn perplexed, so this should all be over shortly. At Pentonville, Jordan Ashford and Anna Devane will prepare to grill John Brennan. Anna will suspect Brennan is playing games, and she'll want to find out why. Brennan may easily opt to play some more, especially if he wants to see Carly Spencer again. We know Anna and Jordan are planning another meeting later this week, so Brennan might insist on speaking with Carly if they want information for their inquiry. In Puerto Rico, Dex Heller will inform Sonny Corinthos and Ava Jerome about a threat that appears to have followed them all the way to Sonny's island. According to General Hospital teasers, a shooting is imminent, so Ava will be horrified when she and Sonny are forced to flee for shelter. CDL is the place to go for amazing General Hospital spoilers, updates and news, so make us your go-to source. The General Hospital promo video for the week of January 29 shows Dex Heller swooping in to save Sonny Corinthos and Ava Jerome from gunshots. The hunt is on for Esme Prince, who targets Spencer Cassadine and Trina Robinson. Anna Devane confronts Mr. Brennan. That is only the tip of the iceberg for the weekly preview video clip, so let's get started. According to GA spoilers for the week of January 29, the preview footage begins with Sonny and Ava in severe jeopardy. As additional shots ring out, Sonny and Ava hide under a table. That's when Dex enters the room, his weapon pulled. Dex will save Sonny and Ava, but the threat must be addressed before they try again. GA spoilers. Esme Prince's revenge. Spencer and Trina are having a great time in Paris, and they are sharing some romantic moments. Trina and Spencer appear to have it all. However, Sprina must confront an unforeseen menace in Paris. Esme arrives in Paris at the docks. Esme's visage exudes anger and revulsion. Trina will survive the event, but Spencer will likely drown. It is implied that Spencer will die, but don't be too concerned just yet. Chavez's last day is Wednesday, January 31, 2024. Spencer, on the other hand, should appear alive sometime later. Laura Collins will be devastated when she learns of Spencer's death. Laura attempts to alert Spencer and Trins at one point, but the link fails. Laura may also feel guilty, despite the fact that Esme is solely responsible for this. While Esme exacts her lethal revenge, Dante Falconeri and Harrison Chase seek for her in Toronto. However, viewers understood immediately away that Esme's bus ticket was a ruse. General Hospital teasers for the week of January 29 indicate that Finn will prepare to hear his judgment. However, do not expect positive news. Even though Finn's legal team was confident he would win, something unexpected occurs, throwing everyone off guard. Finn looks astonished in the courtroom, saying, "What the hell just happened here?" Gregory Chase and Elizabeth Lise Baldwin are astonished, suggesting that Finn may lose the case. General Hospital preview video, week of January 29. In the weekly preview, Anna faces a beaming Mr. Brennan behind bars. Anna is desperate to discover the truth and wants to understand why Mr. Brennan is playing games. Will Anna be ready for the outcome, though? Which storyline are you most looking forward to witnessing for the week of January 29? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.